You know what? I keep on making these videos that might potentially hurt my future acting career. I don't know. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Zhariya Smith, and I typically make commentary videos just like this one. So if you guys happen to like that, or you just love my gorgeous face, make sure to subscribe down below and hit the notification bell to get notified every single time I post, which happens to be on Mondays and on Fridays. I think that's like the best, one. We're improving slowly with that intro. But how's everyone's day going? I hope it's going great thus far. And always I hope you're being safe and, trying to acknowledge the pandemic. And, personally, as I said in my video about parody movies, I love watching movies. I also happen to love watching teen movies. So that's the next one in this little series. I just love high school movies. I love movies that take place when the students are in high school. I love watching high school TV shows. Aside from like Riverdale, I tried with that one. I really did. But other than that, I love watching TV shows that take place in high school and movies and all that stuff. And clearly, they target my specific demographic as I am 19. I still am a teen. I did graduate high school over a year ago, 2 years ago. A year and some change ago. But my question today is, why do they keep getting high school wrong? And why is Hollywood so obsessed with high school? So let's get into it. Growing up, I always wanted to have the same closet as Cher. I wanted to go to high school parties like Project X. I wanted to, have a Pretty in Pink moment. I wanted to have a relationship like Veronica and JD. I don't recommend it, but, I wanted to have that. I wanted to go to prom. I wanted the whole shebang to happen, but, obviously that's not, accurate. And I feel like we all know that TV is lightly inflated just for drama reasons, just like how reality TV isn't actually real. It's scripted. We have like that expectation, but, I watched Skins when I was like 13, and you know what? I watched so many movies to prepare for high school before I actually went to high school, and I would go onto YouTube and I would look at like tips for people in 9th grade, So like, I was obsessed and I wanted to know how to do high school right. I had to condense these 4 years to be the best time of my life. Was it? No. But these movies, I based off a lot of my things that I did. I think that by watching so many of these movies while I was young, trying to prepare for high school, I feel like I did it wrong. Because, by watching all this stuff, it's something interesting that they do, and I can understand just for like labor rights and all that stuff in children. They don't want to cast like a 16-year-old kid to play a 16-year-old. But in the movie Grease, I love Grease. The first one though. The second one, trash. But the first one, I loved it. And the person who plays Rizzo, her name is Stockard Channing, and she was 34 when the movie premiered. Now you can look at Grease and you see all of them look extremely old. But to me, I was like, I thought that's how high school students looked. Similarly to Tobey Maguire, who played Peter Parker, or Spider-Man. Spider-Man was supposed to be 16 and Tobey Maguire was 26. And the list just goes on, honestly. The guy the Zach Dempsey in 13 Reasons Why, he is 27 or 26, something like that. But like, why do they constantly have like these older characters playing, these kids who are supposed to look like a developing teenager? Like, I look like a developing teenager. I don't look like how they look on TV shows, and I feel like that by growing up and seeing people are supposed to be in high school and they look more developed and more attractive and they don't have any acne and all of this stuff, I think it kind of gives a false perception of what, of what you're supposed to look like when you're in high school. And I feel like that can breed insecurity for people who are more susceptible to things like that. So that's something important to note. Also, we are burning the French country vanilla candle again. Because that's the vibe for today. But that's a random side note. But now we're going to talk about how they sexualize teenagers, which is really touchy subject because honestly, it's not really a shocker that teenagers are so grossly sexualized in movies and TV shows and even just in life in general, but it feels weird like as I'm getting older, like watching characters who are supposed to be young having or being naked. And like I know that they're adults. Like I know I can look at a TV show and I can see that person like, oh, they're actually 26. But part of me just feels like weird. Kind of like in my Betty Boop video that I made. Kind of like that, where she was a 16-year-old girl and she was getting her clothes ripped off of her, very sexualized, and she was a cartoon, but like still, that's very like gross to me. And for instance, I just watched Grand Army. I posted that video on Friday. You can watch it or not. I don't really care. But there's a scene in Grand Army where Joey, she's wearing like a white t-shirt. This is like free the nipple on it. It was like for a thing. And she wasn't wearing a bra underneath it and then pours like water like over her tank top. So you can like fully see her whole like nipple, which I guess for the nipple, you know. But I could see this girl's like whole boobs. And later on in that episode, she got her nipple pierced and then sent like a picture of that to her friends, which also is encouraging kids to send explicit pictures of themselves, which is illegal. But like that just feels yucky. Like that just feels like weird to see, which I know that the actress who plays her is, I think she's in her 20s. But like it just feels like gross. I don't know. But either way, let's talk about, I don't know, the good things. Let's try to salvage my career really quick. Nostalgia is a big thing, and I know it's very like The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club is such a classic movie that like every single person who at least who's American like has probably seen The Breakfast Club because it's such like a monumental film to like watch. Similarly to like Back to the Future. Like you watch Back to the Future, you watch these high school movies and like these coming of age, you know, movies because it gives you a sense of like nostalgia. And it gives you just like comfort, you know, like because I love watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off and him skipping school and having a whole like fun little day. Like that is so nice to see. And I think there's nothing wrong with people making high school movies, but like my proposition is, why don't we just make college movies? You know, but like not in the essence of like stoner movies and like parody movies. Like Scary Movie 2 takes place when they're in college. I mean, like, let's just make like a TV show that has college students. Then you could hire people who are like 26 and it doesn't matter, you know, and people won't have unrealistic expectations about it. Is that just me? I don't know. But these coming of age movies in general, they have sometimes, well, most of the time, a really good message. You learn about things that these characters went through in hopes that maybe you'll not do the same thing, which 9 times out of 10 you probably still do, but the point is that the resources were there. But I think high school movies are nice, but it's like, why does Hollywood care so much about high school? Like high school, I guess high school is just a stepping stone in your life. High school is 4 years of your life that you can't get back and you just have to deal with. You know, you can, like, I don't know, man. It's just interesting how Hollywood just likes high school so much, and we're probably never gonna not see so many high school movies. Like, it's probably gonna be the same volume that it is right now. Well, aside from the film industry kind of being closed because of, you know, a certain virus going around. But I feel like we're probably never gonna stop seeing high school movies, but I think we should, you know, at least if some executive is watching this for some strange reason, or some intern is, suggest making a college TV show or a college movie, like, that isn't, you know, what's the movie take place in college? The one with Seth Rogen and Zac Efron, Frat House? That's not what it is. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. Instead of making movies like that, like, just make movies, I don't know. It's this is whatever. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, because it genuinely does really help small channels like mine. And make sure to also, if you liked, me, you like my personality or this topic, this is a series, so next I am going to be talking about horror movies after I do a little bit more research. I gotta binge watch a bunch of horror movies. But if you want to watch that, it may come out within the next month. Make sure to subscribe down below. And hit the notification bell, like I said in the beginning of the video, because then you'll know when I post it. And yeah, make sure to stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.